Continuing on with the next adventure of A Nightmare on Elm Street is part 4, The Dream Master. Now, I hadn't seen this one in the longest while, and this is where my memory of the series starts to take a little bit of a dip. It was only as watching it that I start to remember the characters, the situations. I had completely forgot that this is a straight continuation of part 3, with the exception of Tuesday night taking over the Patricia Arquette role of Kirsten. We get Kincaid back, we get the guy who was silent, whose name I forget, Joey maybe. He's one of those cannon fodder people who I didn't really remember, even though he was the crux of part 3. And we get these people back, but it does that thing with horror movies where it brings back characters that we're invested in, that we had feelings for, we hoped to survive, and then destroys them. Pretty early on in this movie, all of them are going to die.
It's Freddy. He's here. I heard him.
Freddy is dead, buried and consecrated.
Because this picks up straight after the events of Dream Warrior. Freddy Krueger rises from his fiery grave in a spectacular sequence to hunt down the surviving Elm Street kids. As he kills off Kirsten, she manages to pass her powers to her friend Alice, a shy girl who gradually becomes the next Dream Master, able to channel her strengths and the strengths of their fallen comrades to fight Freddy in a terrific one-to-one at the end of the film. You can definitely see the change here. Freddy becomes less scary, less terrorising. He's more fun and quirky and delivering these punchy one-liners and taking people down in a fun way. It feels like it's an MTV-inspired film. It has all these big hairs, 80s excess. It has neon lights. It has the way it's shot and edited, put together. Feels like an elongated MTV video, and it's both a strength of the film and a detraction for the film as well. I think it's a nice change because it really gets that nice feeling to it. It feels very much like the tail end of the 80s. It has that nostalgia vibe looking back to it, but it takes a lot of the threat away from the film. It takes a lot of the moody, atmospheric pieces. It takes the kind of sharpness off his blades, dulling them down just a little bit, not making it as impactful or as fun as the previous editions. Not to say that this is a bad entry. I enjoyed this entry. It's just not to the calibre of the films we have seen before.
You shouldn't have buried me. I'm not dead.
I like Harlin as a director, and I think his work here has been great, and you're starting to see some great talent behind the camera as well in front of it coming through. We had Chuck Russell in the last one. We've got Renny Harlin here, who would then go on to do Die Hard 2 after this. It is less scary but more stylised version of Freddy. I kind of like the kids and the characters. I don't know if I particularly like the fact that it kills off Kirsten from part 3 so easily, making it seem as if her struggle was all for naught, not so much surviving Freddy as delaying the inevitable. Unlike Nancy, who survived this, who grew out of the target range and managed to survive, Kirsten wasn't lucky enough to do that.
And after all we've been through together, how could I let him get to them? We were a team.
The film really does try to use the best special effects of the time, and when it's not practical, it's not great. But that's something I would say about a lot of movies as well. When it sticks to the practicality within the effects, they are stunning. I think Freddy looks great. I love some of the situations, and the kills are really kind of fun. Playing within the nightmare scape is not as disorientating as some of the other films where the viewer's never quite sure what we're in, reality or the dream world. Here it becomes quite obvious when we're in the dream world and becomes almost tongue-in-cheek, and we're laughing along with Freddy rather than with the characters.
Welcome to Wonderland, Alice.
There is something rather strange about this film that I do like, and this idea of Alice, who's almost a non-entity, who daydreams, who doesn't have the ability to stand up and be counted for where she really wants to be. And it's as her friend's demise, she starts to gain their inner strength, taking on traits that they had and really bringing them to the forefront and creating that personality. So as she loses her support network, she starts to make herself strong enough to withstand this world. And it's a really interesting aspect. She needs all the elements of her friends to really build together and fight back against Freddy.
I don't believe in you.
I believe in you.
The fact that Harlin shoots this with the kind of MTV idea, or with the neon lights, with these great practical effects like the soul chest, the just is awesome as an idea. All these things really shine with the 4K. You get the detailed levels throughout it. You get a little bit of grain throughout it because of the way it's shot. It just shines in all the right ways. And of course, the sound mix is absolutely fantastic. For me, Dream Master, it may not have the depth of Dream Warriors, but it's pure late 80s excess. And I can kind of appreciate it because of that. It's slick, it's imaginative, and it really is endlessly entertaining. Although I've not been as warm to this as other ones, I really did enjoy this. The 4K restoration breathes new life into this. I've not seen this since possibly the early 2000s, maybe the late 90s, and this just looked amazing. Particularly the whole resurrection of Freddy sequence that really did make me think of all those Hammer Dracula movies as Dracula was brought back at the start of those. Terrific. I did enjoy it. Not as much as the previous three, but it is a fun entry. It's an easy to digest, not too scary, not too thrilling kind of entry. I'd love to know your thoughts on Dream Master. So let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or fall somewhere in the middle. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.